guys, so my girlfriend and I have been living in the beautiful Puerto Banús for the last 5 weeks now. Before we are packing up to move towards Old Town Marbella, I wanted to do a quick apartment tour and just discuss essentially the cost breakdown of living here. We will admit it is a very expensive place to live in comparison to the rest of Spain. When in comparison to the other places we've lived in the world, like Vancouver and Ireland, it's pretty normal. But in comparison to the rest of Spain, it's quite an expensive place. So first thing I want to do is just take you through the apartment. I have some B-roll footage of the apartment when it was absolutely pristine, because we're in the middle of packing right now, so I'm not going to show you what it looks like. But yeah, starting with the apartment itself, we've got this big open plan area which is absolutely beautiful. Sean and I both work here during the day behind our laptops, and it was ideal for calls. When we first arrived, we basically had no internet, which was a learning experience. I don't know what we were thinking. We kind of just came out and forgot about the internet side of things, but we got that sorted, and we had absolutely no problem working in this living space. If both of us happened to be on Zoom calls at the same time, what we used to do is just split into separate bedrooms, and yeah, it was hassle free. The place itself had 2 bedrooms, the master suite, which was just a standard bedroom, no ensuite, but it did have a balcony which looked onto the main roundabout in Puerto Banús. You know, at the beginning we thought that was fantastic, and then we soon learned that that is a very busy roundabout, and it has some exotic cars which are lovely to look at but very annoying to listen to at 2 a.m. in the morning. The second bedroom is a small guest bedroom which had you know, exactly what you would need. It had a double bed which folded out, and we were able to have a couple of guests over during our time here, which was great to have family over and be able to work at the same time. Then you've got a bathroom, standard, and yeah, I think the views in general were just the best part. The place was covered in mirrors, but it was nice and we enjoyed it. It's so central, as I said, right beside the main roundabout in Puerto Banús, 2 minutes from the port, 3 minutes from the beach. It was absolutely ideal. Expense wise, I'm going to be completely honest, we paid €3,700 for this apartment for 5 weeks. I know that's very expensive, and we were totally aware of that, but we valued the area, we valued the potential of networking, and we kind of treated it like a working holiday essentially. So, you know, we didn't do a full holiday this year, so we kind of contributed put those fees into the apartment. All right, so before I get into the rest of the costs, do I think that it was worth spending $3,700 on rent in Marbella? I personally think it was. I think it was just a great experience. I got to connect with some friends. I personally think I got some work out of it, and overall, yeah, 10 out of 10. But as I said, I just wouldn't do it again because it's just the noise, really. That's the only thing. I just value sleep too much, and it was a bit too noisy for us. But I think it was DYS Tobin left a comment, and he kind of, shout out to him because he's the one that has formed this video and gave me all the ideas of what to talk about. The first thing he asked me to talk about was food and the cost of living in Spain. If you've lived in Spain, you know it's so cheap. To be honest, even if you're in Marbella, grocery shopping, it doesn't really fluctuate that much. Like, I think it would be totally unfair of them to charge like twice the price for a carton of milk and twice the price for a pan of bread, even when we're in Marbella. So that was fine. Our weekly shop has been between 60 and €80, and that is bearing in mind that we do eat out usually Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Usually 3 times a week has been kind of what we would allow ourselves to do. If you're eating out in Marbella, it's so expensive. Or sorry, if you're eating out in Puerto Banús, I always confuse the two. If you're eating out in Puerto Banús, it's quite expensive. It's just because it's Celebrityville around here and everyone doesn't mind paying the price. So if you wanna have a lovely meal and spend some dollar, then this is the place. But if you want to cut your price in half and pay like €30 for a 3-course meal for 2 people, then you go to places like San Pedro, which is 5 minutes down the road, or Marbella Old Town, which is also like 5 minutes down the road. And that's actually where we're moving next, is Marbella Old Town, for that kind of reason, is that you just, when you're in Spain, you have a certain expectation on prices. So yeah, food-wise, Puerto Banús, very expensive. There's a massive bottle culture here for nightclubs and stuff. The expectation is that you pay something like €400 going into a club for a bottle, and then you get a bottle and you bring 6 friends. But like, we've done it twice, and it's expensive. It's an experience, but it's just a bit too bougie for us, to be honest. But yeah. The next thing was speaking the native language. Spanish, obviously in Spain, is useful to have. In Puerto Banús, you don't need it. Everywhere speaks English. I think it's a requirement for most places, which is kind of sad that you don't actually have to attempt to speak Spanish. I've actually been learning Spanish. I know how to say manzanas, which is apples, por favor, la cuenta, pollo, lots of different random words that are getting me through. But I'm more so learning that because we're going to stay here for another couple of months, and it'll be more useful when we leave the more kind of English areas. But yeah, if you're going to be here, yeah, speaking English is absolutely fine. But I do think if you're going to live in a country, you should definitely learn the language, and that's why I'm using an app called Duolingo, which is a free app, and just learning Spanish. I've always hated languages, but I'm learning Spanish quite fast because I'm interested. Oh, here's Emily. Emily, how has your life been in Spain? Well, she can't talk. So Emily, we brought her over from Ireland, as we mentioned in the last video, and she has absolutely loved life in Spain. It's far more dog friendly. There hasn't been a single place we haven't brought her. The only place actually we can't bring her is the pool area in our own complex, which is fair enough. But like, she can go into the shopping centres, she can go into the restaurants, the grocery stores, and it's so nice because we're just like spending lots of time together. And you know, me and Shauna love having Emily with us, so it suits us perfectly. So definitely a dog friendly place over here for sure. Public transport was mentioned in the comments. I haven't taken public transport, and the reason being is because I don't really have anywhere to go outside of Puerto Banús, and if I do, I have my car there. Parking has been expensive for the car. It works out about €300 a month. Maybe a bit less. I think it was like, well, I think if you book a month, you're getting €7 a day, and then we had to extend it, and then it went up to €10 a day. So I'm looking forward to going back to that and not having to pay. But in saying that, my car is being protected. It's under, it's in an underground, so with the sun and stuff, it's probably better to keep my car there. Next is the heat in Puerto Banús, Spain. It's fine once you have aircon. You know, that's the main thing you want to make sure in your apartment, is that you have nice, cool aircon, especially if you're trying to work, because there's no way in hell I'd be working if the heat was the same in here as it was outside. Outside, you're looking at, this is peak month, August. We're talking between like 34 and 36 degrees most days. Gets a bit cooler in the evening, but it's really nice. And I have to say, in terms of the routine, it's really helped me just like get an appreciation for living life again, because I can get so caught up in my work, and Shauna can too. But having the sun and the reliability of the weather has helped us form a really nice schedule. So I've been working from about 7 or 8 a.m. to 12 or 1 p.m. every day. Then I break till about 5 or 6 p.m. and then I go back to work for 2 more hours. And in those time, the break hours between 12 and 6 or 1 and 6, whatever I usually do, it's great. I'm just like out in the sun, out in the gym, and it's perfect. Gym costs are, I was training in a gym called M13. It's €70 a month. To be honest, again, like everything around here, just a bit too pricey for what you're getting. And you know, I like to work hard for my money, and I like to spend it properly, and I don't believe in just overpaying for things. So I was okay to do it for August, but like, I just wouldn't do it long term. There's another gym called Paddle. I think it's around the same price, maybe a little cheaper, but it's like, you might have seen it on Instagram. It's a gym where everyone trains with their tops off and looks great, and it's good. It's a good community to train in, and I have to say I've gotten into better shape since I've got here. But I just don't really value paying too much for a gym membership. It's just weights at the end of the day. You just lift it. You might be able to hear the Lamborghini going past our door right now. So that's really it in terms of the comments I got. I think it's been a very successful trip. You can probably tell I look healthier, I feel healthier being here. It's always nice to get a tan, and we're going to be here for at least another month we've booked our next place in Old Town Marbella, and you know, possibly longer. We shall just see. We're just going month to month for now. We're not really ready to commit to a year contract, although it would be a lot cheaper if we did that. But like, if you commit to a year, you're here for a year, and I really don't know what Spain is like in December. So I think there's no place like home around Christmas time. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got some information. If you have any more questions that I haven't answered, pop them in the comments below and I'll answer them pretty damn fast. So thanks for watching. Shauna will be in the next video, I promise. She's just packing today. And hit the subscribe button on the channel. Catch you all soon. Peace.